Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Envirotech Systems Limited Q4 FY25 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant line will be in listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Manoj Gupta, Managing Director. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for attending this investor phone call. We as Envirotech are the manufacturer of various noise control products and providing acoustic solutions in India and even overseas too. So we are a growing organization. We have started our journey with, several innovative projects, and now its demand is going on. With all good efforts of yours and the team, we are now listed and doing well. Our results has been declared, so we are open for any question answer, sir. Yeah. So I will update about the finance. So my team will be going to clear it.
Hello everyone. I am Ashok Kumar Sekhawat, the Chief Financial Officer of Envirotech Systems Limited. I am here to present a brief overview of our financial performance for the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2025, including the second half of the year. Let me now take you through the key financial highlights. Revenue. Our total revenue for financial year 2024-25 stands approximately 522.11 lakhs compared to 4687.95 lakhs in financial year 2023-24. That reflect a year-over growth of 11.37%. Profit after tax has increased to 1405.78 lakhs in financial year 2024-25, up from 1142.88 lakhs in the previous fiscal year, at 23% growth year over year. EBITDA, we recorded a robust growth of EBITDA, which rose to 1992.97 lakhs in financial year 2024-25 from 1660.09 lakhs in financial year 2024, making a 38.17 year-over-year increase. Net worth, the net worth of the company has significantly increased to 6390.39 lakhs in financial year 2024-25, up from 1960.62 lakhs in financial year 2023-24. In summary, the year-on-year growth comparison are as follows: revenue growth 11.3%, PAT 23%, EBITDA growth 58.70%, net worth 6390.39 lakhs, financial 2024-25. With that, conclude the financial briefing. Thank you for your attention. I now request to open the floor for the question session.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, please wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Varun from Sakanvia Capital. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon and thank you for the opportunity. So in the previous call, we mentioned that we make acoustic enclosures for turbines, compressors and centrifugal blowers. So I just wanted to get the rough revenue split.
Okay. So as I explained that we are a leading manufacturer for acoustic housing for different noise equipment. Since we are a basically project-based company and doing a number of projects in India for the different applications. So for the turbines, we are executing several projects for Bharat Heavy Electrical for a few locations. And for the centrifugal compressor, we are doing for Ingersoll Rand for more than a decade. So overall, we don't have very precise data, but approximately it will be something around 20 to 25% in between. For the major sections you ask, because of besides the caustic enclosure, in our funnel, there are several other project range that we are having because of we are executing several very precise projects for the noise control solution that because of with the rapid, changes in the current environment, a lot of new opportunities are exploring us. So not only these machines, what you stated here, further we are getting a lot of opportunities that we are exploring. But yes, the precise questions reply to your question is approximately 20-25%. So,
Sorry, can you repeat the number? I couldn't hear you.
the precise percentage as you asked will be something around 20 to 25% of the total revenue.
Okay. And split between these three, you mean? Turbines, compressors, and centrifugal.
Yes. So, you asked me in comparison to last year, what is the incremental in this? Is it like that?
No, like the split between three products, like our products goes for which application, something on those lines, like what percentage of our acoustics goes for turbines and what percentage of our revenues goes to compressors and what goes to centrifugal blowers.
Actually, these are customized solutions that we provide to the customers. As such, we do not have product-wise categorization, right? But on a rough scale, we say that around 25% of the revenues comes from these three products.
Okay.
Because
So
we do not have product-wise because these are customized solutions. We customize it according to the requirements of the customer.
Okay. So our applications are like diversified. We do not concentrate on only these three.
These are not standard products. We have, these are not standard products as such. These are customized totally according to the requirement. That is why, according to the product, it would not be apt to give you any numbers.
Okay. So just to understand your business better, so how many SKUs do you have? Like
one second. Just I'll hand it over to Mr. Manojji. He'll answer that.
Okay. So yes, you asked me very good question because of I again repeat that we are the solution provider for several noise related problems and issues. So there are three basically vertical. One is an engineering acoustic. There is a lot of noisy equipment as you stated like the turbine, blowers, compressor and all that are being manufactured at the leading organization and we provide the acoustic housing to control their noise. So besides that engineering acoustic, there are a lot of opportunities for us into the, in the project because of not only these machines, but several utilities also making a lot of noise. Like with the current urban development, there are several cooling towers. We are executing few crores of projects for, at Bengaluru, at Balco, at Korba. There they are facing some cooling tower noise. So it's a turnkey project where we are providing some louvers and the barriers. So yes, so the SKUs are customized in design, which depends upon the site requirement and the constraint. So besides the enclosure, we also do acoustic louvers is a product which allow the air to release but arrest the noise waves. Further, we have noise barrier which built like a wall which barricade the noises. Along with this, we are having some commercial products too, which are applicable for, auditorium and the office space, like the soundproof doors and all. So yes, the SKUs are, in multiple. I request you if you please have some time to visit our website. You will find a lot of interesting things of yours. Interesting.
Okay. Thank you. And in the last call, we also mentioned about our new products like the soundproof doors and soundproof windows. So these are already manufactured in our existing facility, or these would commence once we have our new bigger facility in place?
Yes. So we have initiated the activity we have, with the, growing demand of our product in the market, we have, enhanced our facilities, and the new facilities yet to be commenced. And partially it is expected to be operated by in a month's time. So yes, besides the engineering acoustic, we have also focused on the soundproof doors and the windows, and that we are very much inclined and interested to launch into the B2C space. So partially it has been done. Preparation is at very advanced stage, and I'm very much sure after this quarter end, it is going to be better the market.
Okay, sir. Any timeline on when the new capacity would be commercialized, and how much of ramp up in percentage terms that we look to do in the new facility in this financial year, FY 26?
Absolutely correct. So I would like to reply that we have made the facility. Several, registrations and plant machinery has been upgraded, and partially it is started. So we will start in getting the fruit from this new facility by the, mid of the June. And rest, because of we are considering the huge demand of our product in the market, would like to expand in a good way. So we are making a very beautiful production line, and we are inclined to create huge covered area, so that whatsoever our upcoming requirement will be fulfilled by this facility. So by the mid of the June, approximately 40% of the capabilities of the plant will be starting utilization, and further by the end of, by December it will be fully functional. So we are, trying to make a 1 lakh square feet of covered area, so that, we can meet our requirement for a couple of years. So yes, partially by 15th June, precisely price that, and full by December 25.
Okay. So how much do we look to utilize it in this financial year?
100% we are going to utilize in this financial year. After 6 months.
Okay. Would the entire...
You want to know that what capacity we will expand after adding this facility. Is it like that?
Yeah, correct, sir. Correct. Yes.
Okay. So as our partial capacity will by the June, full capacity by the December 25. So we'll be getting something about approximately 150% kickoff in this financial year, and onward it will be good. So yes, with this facility, 250% growth we are expecting with this. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, the total capacity would be not fully utilized. I mean, in the sense that the total revenue that we are targeting once it is fully operational would be close to 200 to 250 crores. But this year, I think it will be prudent to say that we'll be reaching around 100.
Okay, sir. That answers my question. I'll rejoin the queue later. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Yashvardhan from Tiger Assets. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Just wanted to understand what will be a sustainable margins moving on.
The margins
See, currently we have higher margins. It's the same reason as we said last time, because we are operating at 100% capacity. That's why our margins are pretty high as of now, around 36%. Sorry, 26.92% is the net margins that we have, right? But these margins would go down once we ramp up, because right now we are choosing orders which are high margin orders. But because the new facility would be up, and we'll try to first fill the entire capacity, so they would be slight. I mean, the margins will suffer slightly, and projected, I mean, it would go down slightly. But revenue will absolutely increase, so the absolute profit will definitely increase quite good.
Understood. Also, on the payment side, are we experiencing any delays from any of our clients?
No, actually, you must have seen our receivables, right?
Right.
So what happened is that entire cycle is such that the most of the demand comes in the later half. I think even in India it is so that October to March is much more productive compared to the first half. So if I have to give a kind of a breakdown between first and second half, it would be either 30-70 or 35-65 ratio. Okay. So because most of the execution is happening in the second half, that's why, the orders that are, getting billed in February, March, the receivables, that is coming up is slightly higher. But of course, I think by May or so, once we start getting this, realizing the amount of receivables comes down.
Understood. So, all in all, we're not experiencing any delays in payments.
No, not at all.
Okay. Understood. Also on the export mix, currently I feel, I was reading, I think it's 10%, right? Of our total mix, domestic versus export. So are we planning on increasing export?
No, export, I would say, see, what is happening is export is on, we are not so much focused on exports. We are currently focused in the domestic market itself. Export is only when we get a good order and we are very confident of executing it. Okay. So it depends on the order specifically, but we are not very much right now focused on the export market. But once we have that in mind that we can execute orders outside, but currently our focus is the domestic market.
Understood. Got it. Also, what is our average client acquisition timeline?
Plant acquisition in the sense?
Client acquisition, like a customer acquisition timeline.
I couldn't get you customer acquisition timeline. How much time does it take to acquire the customer?
Right.
See, most of our customers are repeat customers in the sense that all the large companies normally are our repeat customers, and in this space, we are the leading player. There is no as such timeline as such, but once they have a requirement something, it definitely comes to us. So as such, I would not be able to give you any timeline of acquiring new customers or so, but whenever they have a requirement or something, it usually comes to us. But if you say closing time, how much time it takes to close, then I would say approximately 2 months it takes from the start till the finish.
Right. Understood. And lastly, before I get in the queue, I think we are focusing on the B2C, currently. So how is that faring?
1 second. I'll hand it over to Manoj.
So besides that, because of nowadays the noise pollution is adversely affecting to the human being, and we are regularly getting the queries from the individual. So this year we are also initiated on the B2C. So there are 2 type of activities we have initiated. We have launched our acoustic or soundproof windows and doors under the brand name of Mute. The website is live. We are getting inquiries and we are starting materializing that. Another point of view for the B2C we are doing, that is e-commerce, where we are, would like to target the individual customers who are facing some noise related issue or they want to have some comfort. So this is for the B2C we are doing. Besides that, yeah.
Sir, any number on the conversion rate?
It's just being initiated in the current, financial year. So we'll be, in position to give you numbers. This is a tough market, and that different vertical is working on that. So I will be able to give some number by the half yearly, by the September. It will be because of a lot of work is required, because of in the industrial acoustic we are the leaders. There is nothing like that challenge and all. So for the domestic, this is a different type of strategy to be adopted. So team is working precisely over that. So just give me 2 quarters, then we'll be able to reply precisely over this question, sir.
Understood, sir. Thank you, sir. I'll get back in the queue. Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Kishan Gala from Gala Investments. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you're
Yes,
audible.
please. Yeah, please.
Hi, sir. Sir, first question is obviously answered. I wanted to know, like, by when you will be able to use your full capacity. So you said by December. I was going through your LinkedIn post, sir. I found something very interesting is that we can use our panels in data centers as well. So if you could, just elaborate on our product use case in data centers.
Yes, yes. So, well, as in the previous question, I replied that we are a, customized solution provider for the acoustics and noise control projects. So currently, we are executing several data center projects. So in the data center, there is a huge power requirement is there, and huge power backup is required. The power consumption is very high. When the power source, like the generators and other utilities, are running at a full capacity, so there is a huge amount of noise is being transferred to the nearby locations, because they are not in a very remote location, they are within the city. So currently, for the L&T, we are executing a data center in Mumbai. It is going to be completed. Recently, we got an order from Adani for that Google data center. We are providing acoustic louvers there over and sub-soundproof chambers there for several power sources and others. We are in process to acquire several very good orders. One is for the, overseas, for the Tascom that L&T is doing. So that is at very advanced stage, and hopefully, after a quarter, we'll be in position to grab that order. So for the data center, for the power backup and other utilities, we are providing our soundproof louvers, acoustic chambers and all, so that the noise cannot be transferred to the nearby resident because of they operate 24/7, 365 days. So
Okay.
not only... Yeah, please.
Yeah. So, the second question would be, sir, what would be our market share in the total acoustics and soundproofing sector as such?
What is the percentage or market share? What I cannot get exactly.
So what is our percentage in the entire market? Like, what is the market size of this acoustic panels and noise cancellation devices? And also, what would be our market share in that space?
So I would like to reply that is a new type of problem the society is facing. Earlier, there was, several utilities, infrastructure developments, and others are making a huge role in the incremental of the market size of this requirement. For example, if I say that, urban development like the metros, like the highways, like the flyways, and all is being increased, expanding. So that is creating the market size. So currently, it is very difficult to say the exact market size, but it's a new type of problem which the society wants a solution. So it's going to be expand very soon.
See, as a society, as we are growing more aware about the harmful effects of sound pollution, there is more and more demand. Also, as we adopt more technical specifications from the West, those technical specifications also require that there has to be certain level of soundproofing. Like, I'll just give you an example. Like, if we all use air conditioners, say the air conditioner that we used to use 10 years back, they make much more loud noise that compared to what we use right now. So that is also there because as the technical specifications, new Western technical specifications get adopted, the requirement for insulation goes on, it increases. So that is there in everything. From automobiles where we have engines or even basic lamps and all that, in everything we have certain level of sound insulation that is required. So the market is growing and the B2B and B2G market is, of course, is there and growing. But I also see a large impact on B2C because B2C is something which, the requirement is there, but it has not been tapped. There are no products as such available for B2C market. That is where we want to tap that market now. This market is, of course, to give a number, it would be difficult. But of course, this market is growing really good.
Okay. So, sir, when a large customer said, like in the last call you said Hero, Honda, Maruti or government orders like HAL, they come to you. So, what is something that they look into you as like, why is the reason they select you for acoustic panels or something? What I'm trying to ask is what gives you the right to win that order?
So I would like to reply for the question that we are serving into the several type of industries. Defense is one of the sector which is fast growing. As an Envirotech, we are having several test results, enhanced test certificate required for testing facility. So if I come to directly to the defense, as on date, we are executing good orders for HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. We are already having orders for some Air Force station at Kanpur. We have recently executed a project for Nalia, Gujarat. We have done several registration and approval. That is taking a time. Even though in our funnel, and we are expecting in, one quarter or the next quarter, for the orders of the defense, we have in communication, that is true for the Indian Air Force, for New Delhi, few are the Indian Navy at Kochi. We are also working precisely on the Goa shipyard. The tender is there. The advanced technical conversation is going on. We are working for MES at Jammu, and so on. Recently, I would like to say that since we used to produce an innovative product, so we developed a product named blast-proof door that is utilized for various, where the ammunition and all being stored. So recently, we got an order from Bhutan government for their ammunition stores. And so, yes, different type of defense orders, not only we are executing, but several are in funnel. So precise reply to your question is, you said what make us different from the market. So the reply will be like that. We have developed several technicalities in our panel. A lot of India's top-notch technocrats are being associated who are highly qualified and having experience. We are having licensed software and the simulation procedures. We are having masters, several masters in mechanical or acoustic person in our payroll. So we together always used to identify and develop innovative products. And the products are not only proven by our experience, but also having a good test result. So that makes us a difference in comparison to any local player. Yeah.
Okay. And so last question, what would be our order book for the next year? Yeah, what is our order book at present?
Currently, we are having more than 22 to 25 crores orders in hand. Few major orders, I hope, Mr. Arun, you have shown. So more than approximately 25 crore orders we closed at March. That was in hand. And yes, the upgrade is a good start for us. We get a good orders loaded or added into the previous funnel of 25 crore approximately. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Deepak Bodar from Sapphire Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very much audible.
Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity and many congratulations for good set of numbers. So on this order book 25 crores, what's the execution timeline of this order?
They are all going to be executed by a quarter plus 1 month approximately. Because of certain government orders we are executing, the facility is getting ready, so sometimes it takes time. For example, like the HAL, we got the order for their Bangalore facility, but the site is not ready. So that is going to be ready by approximately, they explained that by September. So few orders will take time, not due to delayed at our end, but due to the customer side ready. But generally, next of the order is going to be executed in a quarter. I assume that by the June or July, we'll be able to execute up to 80% of the orders.
Or 3 to 4 months, I mean, that would be right.
Yes. Because they are the projects.
And what is the pipeline? I mean, you mentioned pipeline of around 25 crores more, that additional funnel you have?
The current orders, as I've said, already having something around 25 crores. The order book for the upcoming order is a very huge.
Pipeline, pipeline.
Yes, yes, that is very huge, and we are expecting to have a very good number. So the pipeline, if I say, is something around 80 crore, that will be, you will be surprised. But yes, that's true.
Okay. Pipeline of around 80 crores we have, and
Yes.
out of that, how much we are expecting to convert? I mean,
So yes. So after there are approximately 80 crores of order which we have bidded or in our pipeline in which conversation is going on. So I'm very much sure that after by July, approximately 30 plus will be in our funnel. And I assume, but because of as per the conversation we are having with the customer.
understood. So out of these 80 crores, about 30 crores we expecting to convert, right?
Yes, and that will be going on.
One thing, I mean, not all orders. I mean, what happens is the bidding for it takes time. Okay, some of them might happen after 10 months. Some of them might happen after 6 months. So it depends. So on a conservative note, we'll have something like 30 plus as he guided.
30 plus. And that would be next 3 to 6 months. I mean, that would be a right time.
Yes, correct.
Okay, understood. And you mentioned this year we're targeting around 100 crores of revenue. Is that right?
Correct.
I mean, and
Correct.
what PAT margin? I mean, you mentioned your PAT margin will decline from, I think this year it was about 29%.
I mean, slightly, not very much, but slightly, yes.
So what is the range one should look at? I mean, plus minus 25%. Is that a right range to one work with? I mean, in terms of PAT?
No, it would be slightly. I mean, from whatever margins we have, it would be, I think, 5-10%. That's it. Nothing more than that.
5 to 10%. So maybe 2 to 3%. I mean, from 29 it might go to 26, 20.
Correct.
And we're taking the base as the entire year PAT margin, not the second half PAT margin as a base, right?
Yeah.
For the entire year it was but this year we also had around 4 crores of additional other income, right? So which might not be repeatable. So
Yes,
what's the comment?
it would not be repeatable. Sorry?
So how will maintain the PAT margin then? I mean, your other income itself of 4 crores is adding to your PAT margin, right?
See, the overall growth would be really good. That would be there. Also, we have some high margin orders. I mean, the concentration of high margin orders is quite good.
Okay. So concentration of high margin orders is very good. I got it. And how do we see the seasonality? I mean, first half versus second half. I mean, how much percentage of your revenue comes in first half?
First half is less. I mean, if you have seen even the last year, the first half was approximately around 30%, and second half approximately around 70%. This is ballpark figure, but that is how it is. Might be. I mean, if things are good, then we might surprise on those numbers.
Understand. And what about the defense? I mean, we are currently. I mean, defense is contributing about 30%. I mean, you expect this vertical to grow fast, right? So
yes, we are very much focused on defense.
How much percentage of revenue can come from defense in next 2-3 years?
That's a bit difficult to say, but we are bidding for a lot of defense orders. We already have, I mean, in the past also we have done for DRDO, HAL, and many others. So approximately, I think it should be around 30 to 35%. But it's too early to say right now.
But it will be on the increasing trend. I mean, at least that.
Yes, definitely.
Fair enough. Okay, that would be it from my side. All the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Keshav from Raxan Investor. Please go ahead.
So first question in continuation to the earlier one. So we just mentioned that the concentration of high margin orders is good, but we have about 20 to 25 crore order book currently, and we need to do another 75 crore to meet our guidance. So how are we confident of maintaining the margins where we just have 20 to 25% of the order book currently?
Actually, we don't. I mean, we have certain internal guidelines of what orders we should bid for, what is the margin that we should maintain. That is why we are very confident we would not be going beyond a certain limit.
Okay, and 6 months back we had given a guidance of 55 to 60 crores for this year. So what's led to not meeting that? And I mean, how can we be rest assured that we'll meet the guidance of 100 crore in the coming year?
There can't be 100% assurance, of course, because these are future statements and, there are a lot of variables that affect that. But having said that, certain orders, we have not been able to hit the milestone because of various reasons. Might be that the customer site was not ready or something. That is why we were not able to build those. Okay. So it's not that we didn't have. I mean, one thing was our capacity constraint because we were already operating at 100%. The other thing was that in some orders, on-site work has to be done and the client's site was not prepared or something like that. So it depends on a lot of factors. That is why we can give you, a ballpark thing, but of course, to give an assurance, that would be too far-fetched.
Understood. Yes, sir. And, sir, what utilization do we expect to have a EBITDA breakeven on the new facility?
See, initially the facility will be partially operational by June. So let's see. It's too early to say anything on that.
Okay.
But
And
we'll be trying to maintaining the same EBITDA margins and everything. That's our endeavor for sure.
So it will be fair to assume that we'll be breaking even pretty fast on the new
Yeah,
facility.
definitely. Yes.
Okay. On that front, so we, I think, paid 21 crores for the land. And what's the rest of the cost for this expansion?
Machinery cost, I think, close to 8-9 crores. And we are still in the, there is amount being spent on building, construction and everything. So I think approximately, the total cost would be approximately around 37 crores.
Okay. And so just one small question. So considering that we have a pretty long projects and we are carrying very low inventories on our books. So how is the margin built into the agreements? Because I'm assuming projects must be fixed price, so there we may lose out on some gross margin if the RM prices vary a lot. So how do you minimize that risk?
Normally, what happens is when we bid for orders, we usually take that into account, the cost escalations and everything. And so that has not been a problem up till now, unless and of course in a very short time the prices change very drastically. But even in those cases, we have a very good relationship with customers. So partially we do get compensated for that. So I understand your question about the escalation in raw material prices, but usually that is taken care of.
Okay. Thanks a lot, sir. I'll come back in the queue. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rahil Dasani from MEDL Limited. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Yeah, hi, good afternoon, sir, and thank you for this opportunity. Sir, looking at the overall industry and a few peers, all of the players have more or less the similar products and the same customer list as such. So I just wanted to get some understanding around the product complexities, the point you said that you have some technicality, because all the competitors have completely the same product, have the exact same list of customers. So how should we think about it?
Okay. So I understand with the, incremental in demand, you said that the few similar inclusion and structure are also supplying. So would like to be ahead with the several innovative work we are doing into the market. Like, we always try to be ahead of the others. We always have, several things in our funnel, and that we do a lot of developments, R&D, and the latest technologies we are using. For example, I would like to say we are being associated or having collaboration with IIT Delhi for development of very innovative product which is made with the plastic waste and agri waste. It is going to be, it take more than approximately 2 years time to, get it commercialized. So that is a very cost effective and high performance noise barrier and building material. Along with that, we are also working with several, very exclusive products with our highly technocratic team. So, general product can anyone make, like the simple form is, like acoustic is a very big field. I would like to explain that, it's having a lot of application nowadays. Why? Because of now the people are aware that is heavily affecting the physical and the mental health of the human being in the society. So no sooner the awareness is increasing, accordingly the market size will increase, and we as Envirotech always design the product with the customized utilization, which very less people having experience in that. Because of with the urban development, there are new type of problems are being generated. So with the new innovative techniques, high performance simulation, product testing, and putting a very good effort on the product development, we are, feel that we will be ahead with any competition we are, because we are the early in trend in this field, and we know all in and out of this field.
So while I agree with your IIT product, but I believe the majority of our sales is from the industrial products like the chambers, the anechoic chambers, and a few other chambers. So I'm particularly speaking about those products. What sort of a separating point can we create for our company here? Otherwise, if that's not the case, then how will we scale up compared to these other guys? If you can just explain a bit technically.
See, one thing is there that, as you know, that we are the only listed company. Okay. When we talk about our competitors, most of them are small, unorganized players, which are giving the, what is available. They import or they get the, soundproofing enclosure and they just supply it. They are not able to customize it. So I can say for 90% of our competitors, they do not have that kind of customization that we are able to provide. That is our USP. We have the technical know-how, we have the testing capabilities, which not many in this industry have that kind. We have spent a lot of money in building that kind of research team and everything. So testing, we have, all our products are tested in government laboratories and are certified. Okay, and all this have taken a lot of time. It is not something that you can get it done in, say, maybe 3-4 months or 6 months. It takes years and years to build that kind of, a research team, technical know-how and everything. That is what differentiates us. And that is why we are able to customize to a level where others are not able to do so. We are getting orders from defense, from, ISRO and others. That itself shows the kind of technical know-how and skills that we possess.
So the next question is, we were expecting to convert Siemens in 3 to 6 months from November 24. So what's the update there?
Sorry, we were expecting to?
Convert Siemens as a customer for some European project, if I'm not wrong, for the gas turbines.
Yes. So earlier we are having an opportunity, and the conversation is going on. But we are getting regular in touch and updated to our future associates. But that is a little bit linked with the new plant and facilities, because of they are expecting once the facility is ready, because they want a dedicated space for their project. So the conversation is in very healthy stage, but it will take a little bit time because of they would like to acquire dedicated space because of their expected volume. We are just going to take a little bit time, approximately, I can say, once the new plant is operational fully. Then the German team and,
Yeah. So sir, when we say we want to do 100 crores next year, I believe the current unit that we are operating, the older one, at peak can only do 50 crores. So we are expecting some new 50 crores from the newer plant. So,
No, I mean, there is some misunderstanding. I mean, the total capacity of a new plant would be much higher than 100 crores.
Of course.
We are not talking
I'm
about...
just saying the utilization we are planning because we are targeting some hundreds here next year, right?
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
We are targeting in this year around 100 crores.
Since the older unit is doing 50 CR, so the new unit will do the rest of the 50 CR, right?
Yeah, kind of, yes.
So that's what I'm asking. How much of that 50 CR do we plan to get from Siemens?
From Siemens? No, Siemens would only come once the new facilities is totally operational. That is what we have guided in December, right?
This revenue is not included.
Yeah. And Siemens revenue has not been included. There is not even a single thing that we are assuming that will come from Siemens right now. So if that comes, that would be a bonus. But as of now, we have not counted anything from that.
Understood. So once the plant is ready, then there will
I mean,
be
it is an early stage because once the plant is operational, they will be visiting, they will be site visit and everything conducted.
Understood.
Yeah, all that will be worked out.
Sure. And the last question is, while you explained the receivables point, I didn't clearly understand it because what I can see is, we did 31 crores of sale and 27 crore is the receivable. So if you can please explain, this is very high.
Sorry?
So if you can just please explain this number, because on a sales number of 31 crore, we have receivable for 27 crore, and same was the condition last quarter.
No, not 31 crores. Total is 51 crores.
No, sir. I'm talking of this particular half, not the whole year.
But in this particular half, it is not 20-something crores total. I mean, if you break down the half and you see...
balance sheet page.
1 second. For H2, you will see that the profit before tax is 14.65 crores on a revenue of 31.3 crores. Okay.
Yes.
So I didn't understand. I mean, it's the same kind of...
Yes. So I'm not speaking about the margins, I'm just speaking about the receivables. So while we have done 31.3 crores of sale to be exact, excluding the other income, our receivables are 27.53 crores.
See, that is also because that most of the deliveries take time. Most of the deliveries and invoicing has happened in February and March.
Okay, but so, that was the same case last quarter also, when I see H1 numbers.
Correct.
We had very high receivables again.
Correct. Yes, because execution takes time and then billing and invoicing everything.
Okay, so the point is, this will not reduce, right? It's how the industry moves.
Yes.
Is that right?
Correct.
Understood.
You'll see that same trend even going forward.
Understood. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Vishal, who is an individual investor. Please go ahead. Mr. Vishal.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Sir, I just want to understand what is the success percentage of the bidding, whatever we bid?
Sorry, I couldn't get you. What is the success?
Percentage of the bidding.
That is quite somewhere around 30 to 40% is the success rate.
30 to 40%.
Yes.
Okay. So we are planning to bid approximate how much of the orders this year so that we reach the 100 crore revenue mark?
You must understand that not all revenue is coming from tender itself. They are, like we have also planned B2C. There are other things also. They are repeat customers. Some of them we do not, I mean, some of them are repeat, so they directly give the orders. And the bidding one pipeline, somewhere I think the bid pipeline is approximately around 80 crores as on date.
Okay. Okay.
As on date, it is approximately 80 crores, but as we go forward, we'll be bidding for more.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Pareen Godia, who is an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I have two questions. One, why do we see only such small order book in the presentation when you had earlier commented about 30-40% CAGR growth? Also, like this time, we don't see any such big jump in numbers on year-on-year basis. Neither we notice any like material
order book?
order announcements here.
I mean, in the order book, you are saying?
Yeah.
See, order book is something that, it depends at that time what is the kind of orders we are getting. Also, materialization of that orders takes time. I mean, say if some of them are government orders and the site is not ready, then we can't do much about it. So, order book and materialization of that orders, these are two very different things.
Okay, and also we don't see any big jump in numbers also on year-on-year basis.
That is because we are operating at 100% capacity, same as last year. You will see this year. Because, I mean, we were operating at 100% capacity. We couldn't do much about that.
But you had given some guidance on that, right?
We thought that, that our new facility would be operational by March, but because of certain government delays, you know how governments operate, right? So we were not able to register and all that within time. We thought that by November also, I mean, registry and everything, all the transfers and everything will be done, but that happened by almost February.
Okay, but since you are telling that by March you were expecting, but that numbers won't be counted in last financial year, right? In FY25.
Yeah, I mean, now we feel that, realistically it would be operational partially by June. So that's why the numbers, the jump in numbers we are expecting after that becomes operational.
Okay, and another question, like I was going through DRHP of yours, there I see some obligated to pay 1174 CR, but we don't see any effects on the balance sheet.
1174 CR? I mean, you're talking about very large number, 1,000 crores.
Yeah.
I mean, where have you seen that?
DRHP.
No, in DRHP where? Because I don't think that we have written anywhere around 1,000 crores.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is this purchase regards to, like the 88,000 square feet that you have been funded?
Mm-hmm.
How is that being funded here? The new...
Partially through internal accruals and partially through IPO proceeds. It is clearly mentioned in the DRHP how much is the total amount, what part has been funded internally and what part has been funded through the IPO proceeds.
Okay. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rahil from Crown Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, hi. So, sir, hopping back on the margins, just to clear my confusion. So, your other income was 4 crores in the second half, correct? As compared to 40 lakhs in the first half. Now, that, I believe, has led to 29.5% of PAT margins for the full year, right? Now, if you remove that, so that, and if you consider the same other income as the first half, which was 40 lakhs, the PAT margin comes to 22%. Now, if you say that going ahead, all the other income will not be the same, so are we supposed to expect PAT margin in the range of...
No, actually, one more thing that you have to consider. One more thing you have to consider is that there were certain expenses that were incurred which had nothing to do with the current operating. I mean, like, first was the IPO expenses. Other is that for the new facility, we spent a lot of money. See, we are before a facility becomes operational, you have to hire people, train them much before it becomes operational. So there were a lot of costs, approximately I would say 1.2 to 1.5 crores easily, or maybe more than that we spent, which would be more related to once the facility becomes operational. And of course, other than that, there were certain IPO expenses also, which we had amortized.
What explains the other income of 4 crores suddenly from 40 lakhs in the first half? That's what I'm asking. And if it's not going to repeat in FY26, so what kind of PAT margin, if you can just suggest a certain PAT margin range, it will be really helpful, because you did mention that it will fall slightly and it will take a hit. So just to clear the confusion, is there a certain internal number you're working with?
See, why I'm not able to give you kind of a range or something is because we'll be starting with B2C products also. Okay, now B2C is a very different ball game. Okay, this is something that we are doing it for the first time. We know there is a huge market for it, and but to give you any, and that will impact our overall margins also. So we don't know on the higher side or on the lower side, but we are working on it. It's a bit too early to give you a kind of a range, but yes, it would be surely fall by around 5 to 8% compared to our earlier margins. But having said that, we have to
work closed with 29.5%, and that will drop by 5 to 8%, you're saying?
Yeah, it might be something like 25% or around 23% as a whole. But that we'll come to know once we start off with B2C. Also, the revenue share that we'll be getting from B2C will also have an impact. Just giving you an example, please. It's just an example, hypothetical example. Say our margins on our margins on that is say 21% or 22%. B2C, okay, and that is lower than our current B2B margins. And say our sales happen quite good, and the share that we were expecting, say we were expecting around 25% from B2C, but we happen to get around 50 or 60% from B2C. Just giving you an example. Then the overall margin itself will shift on the lower side. But yes, on the absolute numbers, it would be much bigger. But because B2C is totally different. It's a huge market. B2C is a much larger market compared to B2B and B2G.
Okay, but then you also said concentration of higher margin products is also very good. So will not that kind of compensate for the lower B2C margin?
Yes. See, that's what I'm saying. That if the B2C share rises above our expectations, then of course it would dilute our margins.
Okay, fine. Okay, got it. Thank you, and all the best to you.
But as of now, B2C, we don't know anything. It's a new thing for us.
What we are connecting is
correct. Correct.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. A reminder to all the participants that you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. As there are no further questions from the participants, I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Manoj Gupta, Managing Director, for closing comments.
Thank you for arranging this call and interesting question. I hope we as Envirotech have replied well on the questions you asked with us. I would like to brief why we are being exclusive and having looking at the high potential in this field. Because of nowadays there is a lot of awareness campaign, not only run by the government, even on the media, with respect to the noise. Noise is now considered as a new challenge because we are always talking about the water pollution, and different other pollutions. But noise pollution is ignored. Now it has been a necessity of the society because of it is having a several physical and mental effects. like if I come to the physical, it creates the hearing not only, but hypertension, blood pressure also. Mentally, if I come to concentration and productivity, even I feel that in the silence or quieter environment, there will be a drastically improvement in productivity. So there are in the several media, sometimes because I am in the field of acoustics and noise control, I got the information that somewhere DJ and some, social gathering are all making nuisance to the society. So with the growth of the urban development, it is going to be necessity. And since we are doing very exclusive and experimental work in this field, so we are very much sure that this market is going to expand, which was not expected as on date, because of to whom earlier we meet and now we meet, they said they require a solution for the noise because of any nearby nuisance or anything else. So I'm pretty sure, and we as Envirotech are doing a lot of work in this field. We are, partnering with various experts of the acoustics. We are searching for the new material. We are developing the technology, like as on date, if I show the innovation we are doing, we are working on the ANC. ANC means active noise control, which is coming into your earphone and all. We would like to make the quieter environment, some software and technology. So lot of development we as Envirotech are doing in this. And soonest, I expect that we as Envirotech will be able to give a quieter environment to the society. This is our field. So the business is one thing, but quiet is our necessity, and we as Envirotech is dedicated to deliver it to the society. So anyhow, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. On behalf of Envirotech Systems Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.